Hey, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on? Today I wanted to review a deck. Unfortunately, I don't have every single one of these cards with me right now. Specifically, I don't have Strafe, and I don't have Mystic Plasma Zone. Those recently got traded in a binder at a hobby tournament, actually. So, actually, I'm thinking about buying those back to actually assemble this deck, even though I really do hate Blackwings. But anyway, I'm gonna definitely go over Blackwings with you, and my perspective, anyway. First, we got Gale Whirlwind. Pretty cool card. And once per turn, you can have the attack and defense of one face-up monster. So, I mean, that's a pretty boss effect. Sirocco, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory unless you don't know Sirocco. Once per turn, you can select one face-up Blackwing monster you control. It gains attack equal to the total attack of all face-up Blackwing monsters on the field except itself. Pretty cool, but next we have Furious. When he's in your graveyard, you can send one face-up card you control to your hand, special summon Furious from the graveyard. So yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, 400 damage isn't that much. I only have him one inside the deck because this effect can only be used once a duel, so that there's no real reason to have more than one. But you know, it's all up to you guys also. Next we have Fly You, the Emblem of Honor. He's pretty cool. I mostly just have him for the tuner. I hardly ever use his effect. I mean, some use his effect, but I'm more of the 4-turn guy. The other day, actually, yesterday night, I beat my friend like twice using a Blackwing deck online with this, but next we have Clute the Moon Shadow. He's a pretty good card, but you can have a monster gain 1400 attack if they're attacked or they attack during the damage step. So if you attacked a card that had more attack than you could have that gain 1400 during that damage step and during the end phase. Trying to think of where that would be useful, but I mean, it's useful a lot, but you know, just in certain situations. Next we have Shura the Black Flame. The Blue Flame, wow, I just said black, I'm so stupid. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon one Blackwing from your deck with 1500 or less attack. And the monster's effect is negated, so it's pretty boss. My favorite thing is using it on Sangan. I mean, yeah, they get a card, but you also can summon your own monster, so yeah, then you'll have more power. I love using it on Sangan mainly because Sangan's a pretty annoying fuck. Next we have Bore the Spear. He's just got a pierce effect. He's a pretty high attack monster, I guess, 1700. I mean, now that's not that high, but next we have Blizzard the Far North. When he is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Blackwing from your graveyard and face-up defense position. Mostly you'd want to use that on a tuner. Next we have Gores. That's pretty self-explanatory. The Dark Creator. I guess I'll explain Gores first. I mean, some people don't know, and I just want to cover all bases. Basically, when you take damage, you can special summon Gores from your hand. Well, when you control the monsters, that is. And special summon Gores, and you can use his effect to special summon a token that has this attack and defense of how much damage you took. It's pretty good effect. The other one is for effect damage. It's not really that good. And it kind of is good, but unless it's going to be wave motion cannon. I mean, wave motion cannon You're probably not going to see that often where someone uses that to try to kill you, because usually you'll get rid of it. But anyway, wave motion cannon, blah blah. Next we got the Dark Creator. When you have 5 more Dark Monsters in your graveyard and you control no monsters, you can special summon Dark Creator. And once per turn you can remove from play 1 Dark Monster in your graveyard to special summon another Dark Monster from your graveyard. And Spirit Reaper, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Destroy this card when it is targeted by the effect of a spell, trap, or effect monster. Successfully attacks directly your opponent. Discards 1 card from his hand. And then we have the dreaded Dark Arm Dragon. I just put him in here because the majority is black, so why not just taint the whole world? Beast Rage is kind of in there just as a filler. I mean, Beast Rage can be used pretty good, but next we got Swallow's Nest. Swallow's Nest, tribute 1 face up winged beast to special summon 1 winged beast from your deck with the same level as a attributed monster. Next we got Pot of Duality. It's pretty good. I actually got 2 of these and a 10 that came out in September. Bought 2 10s and they were in both as the promotion cards. Mystic Plasma Zone. Then we have Unicorn Beacon. You know, this card is really underrated, I think. I mean, with a Blackwing deck, with a Blackwing deck, when you're gonna have some removed from play cards usually, and you have Wing Beast, it's a pretty decent card, I think. That's just my opinion on it. I only have 1 because you're not gonna need 3 or 2. It's just in there because it can be used. But basically select 1 remove from play level 5 or lower beast type or winged beast type monster, or remove from play 1 card in your hand, especially summon the selected monster in attack position. It's a pretty decent card, but just really underrated. Next we have Black Whirlwind. When a Blackwing monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can add 1 Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand that has less attack than that monster. And next we have Solidarity. Solidarity is kind of in there for a good reason, but it's not really practical, I realized, because I mean, just look around. You have Gores, you have the Dark Creator, you have Spirit Reaper, and then you have Dark Arm Dragon. That's almost half of your monster deck. And those cards are not Wing Beasts, so Solidarity doesn't always take precedence there. But Allure of Darkness, Allure of Darkness, I mean, I don't feel I have to explain Allure. I mean, Veil, I'm going to explain because it's kind of another underrated card. During your draw phase, if you draw a dark monster, you can reveal it and send it to the graveyard to draw 1 more card. It's mostly used in teleport Dark Arm Dragon decks, but I incorporated it in the Blackwing deck because, I mean, this utilizes the graveyard a lot too. Next we have Dark Eruption, which is a pretty good card. Add 1 dark monster with an attack of 1500 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Kind of like a, I guess you could say, monster reincarnation, kind of, for dark monsters. Next we have Lightning Vortex, a staple for every deck, hopefully. And then we have Blackwing Strafe, which is one of the cards I don't have in real life. Mainly because they just got traded. So let's send 1 Blackwing monster from your hand to the graveyard to send 1 defense position monster your opponent controls, send that monster to the graveyard. Pretty decent, I think. Next we got Blackback. Activate only during your turn. Select 1 Blackwing monster with 2000 or less attack in your graveyard and special summon it. You cannot normal summon or set the turn you activate this card. Kind of used in certain circumstances, I guess. I mean, you'll hear me say that a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because certain circumstances. Next you got Dark Illusion. We're going to have 3 of those. It's basically a Dark Bribe plus Solemn Judgment without the cost for dark monsters. I'd add this in a Dark Arm Dragon deck, a zombie deck, anything that has to do with dark monsters. And then we got Icarus attack. Then we got Dark Light. Dark Light is just tributing one dark monster with 1500 more attack to all monsters that are special summoned this turn. It's a real pain in the ass to Dragon or Dragunity decks that just try to swarm out dragons like 5-headed and stuff. It's real fun to play. Next we got Deck Devastation Virus, which I say this is a staple for dark decks because it's a pretty significant card. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, Radiant Mirror Force, and then we got Solemn Wishes. I only have this as another filler. I mean, I have 47 cards in the immediate deck, which, I mean, that's a lot. But Solemn Wishes is there just as a filler. As I said, it's a pretty good card. Increase your life points by 500 each time you draw a card or cards. I mean, it can be used for a lot of circumstances. For example, for Pot Duality. For Pot Duality, it's kind of odd because when you activate Pot Duality, it doesn't count as drawing cards when you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, or when you add the card. It's really, really odd. I mean, if Pot Duality's effect, if Konami changed the wording of the effect where it said draw 3 cards, add one of them to your hand, and shuffle the rest back into your deck, I mean, that would definitely change the course of, you could activate Solemn Wishes with it. That's just my pet peeve about Solemn Wishes. It's not really going to be used a lot unless you got a Exodia deck that just utilizes cards that draw cards, or I don't know. It's just my view on it. I think Konami should change Pot Duality's effect wording. Anyway, to our extra deck, we got Silverwind. Pretty decent when you synchro summon. You can select and destroy 2 face-up monsters on the field with defense lower than this card's attack. You cannot conduct the battle phase the turn you activate this effect. The next time a Blackwing monster you control would be destroyed by battle during your opponent's turn, it is not destroyed. This effect only happens once. Next we have Armed Wing, basically Bora, except a lot stronger. He shows a lot of similarities to Bora, actually. Except he has a sword instead of the spear. I would think that's just the evolved form of Bora, kinda. Next we got Armor Master. When this card cannot be destroyed by battle, you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. If this card attacks a monster, you can place 1 wedge counter on that monster at the end of the damage step. You can remove all wedge counters from your opponent's monster to reduce the attack and defense of that card that had a wedge counter of 2-0 until the end phase. Pretty good, but Armor Master is not a card that I'd want to rely on. Next we have Vortex the Whirlwind. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower winged beast type monster from your deck. Vortex is probably the only card that I don't really he's not a Blackwing, but he's definitely a card that belongs in this deck. And he's not dark either, but just look at him, he's got a pretty beast effect. And this is just a filler because I love Steel Storm Roach. On a level 5 or higher monster is special summoned, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, negate the special summon and destroy it. Right now you can't special summon this card using this deck. So, but it's just in there for if I decide to use XYZs. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I know it was pretty long, but peace. I'll see you later.